All right, grand rising, grand arrival, grand return, peace and blessings to the righteous and repentant alike. I am She Sophia of the AmaruKhan Band of Indians, and this is an update video to our old series on the Tree of Life, and this is a uh, old school style video. I don't know what happened to my microphone, so I'm recording with my headphones. Just like I used to when I made all those hundreds of videos, just breaking down information and going through. So this has definitely got a old me back sort of vibe to it. Um, and so we're going to talk about the tree of life. Now, I haven't talked about the tree of life in a long time. I've been navigating the tree of life, trying to feel the energy of each individual section so that I could have a method for cohesively having the conversation. So now that I've gone through the process and I feel I kind of have an understanding of how the energy works, we can come back and talk a little bit about how this thing is put together. Now, one thing I would like to point out, well, a few things I would like to point out. So you have, in this way that I've described it, you have the realm of the angels. You have the mirror world, which is the realm of the Olympic spirits. And then you have the lower vibrational realm of the demons. Now, in other pictures where they look at this tree, the tree of life in its totality altogether, they don't explain how. What I noticed when I was making this tree, let me put it this way, is that I added in the Olympic spirits as the over the realm of the mirror world. What a lot of people do when they're talking about the tree of life is they leave out mirror world. You can't leave out the realm of the mirror because the realm of the mirror is what explains how things are going. So basically, you have the two halves. So you have the upper tree and the lower tree, and they don't meet in the middle. They're reflected in the middle. So I have a mirror that is a magically derived mirror that they make in India, and in that mirror, there's no gap. So when you look at a regular mirror, if you put your finger up to it, there's a gap between your finger and the mirror. But this mirror that I have, there is no gap. So the image that you see in the mirror is a direct image. And so what I've been doing with this mirror is just looking at myself, every day and seeing how I really look without the gap. And so I think the reason why most of the mirrors have a gap in them is to so people understand that there's a space between the higher realms and the lower realms, and you dwell within that space. Without that concept sort of really dug into your brain, you will totally miss like how all of this stuff works. You have to really understand that literally you are the reflection. You're the reflection of what's going on in the higher realms and your reflection of what's going on in the lower realms. So as you can see, so for example, I'm just going to zoom in here so you guys can see this a little closer. I can't fit the whole thing on here. But as you can see from the south node, which is also ruled by Pluto in the Malkuth, in the earth realm, you would go from the lower in order to get from the higher realm to the lower realm, you have to go through the middle realm, which is the mirror world, which is the Olympics ruled by the Olympic spirit fool. So what would that look like? Let's say, for example, you're trying to manifest a relationship because it's moon energy, it's emotional. Let's say you're trying to manifest a relationship. And you have from your position in Mirror World. Now we reside in Mirror World, okay? We literally reside in Mirror World. If you go to YouTube right now and look up Mirror World, you will see many, 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 many explanations of why this is Mirror World, okay? So if you're trying to bring something from the higher realm of in Mirror World, you have to. I should have did this on both sides. I may fix this drawing and bring it back. You have to go from the lower realm. You have to go from mirror world to the lower realm, around to the upper realm, and then back down to mirror world. You have to form an eight. It's an eight. So you start in the middle in the mirror world, which is a 0 point. And then you go down to the lower realm. Then you come back through mirror world to the upper realm, like in a figure eight, and then you come back to the middle. That is the process of manifestation. This is why the tree of life matters. I'm gonna fix these drawings. I don't like that you can't see the moon one anyway, so I'm gonna make that one a little darker. But this is the reason why you you feel like when you're trying to manifest a relationship, first, what has to be exposed to you is all of the negatively polarized things. So if you have like habits that you need to change, if you have old people that still like hanging around in your energy, old ties that need to be cut, if you have old things that need to be done, first those things get shown to you from the bottom half of the mirror, and then you can go up and collect what is yours on the top half of the mirror and bring it in. So first you have to remove the old stuff, then you can bring in the new stuff. It's a figure eight. That's how this works. And if you can wrap your mind around how this tree of life works, then you can manifest anything. But it really takes people to sit down and really understand that you first have to clear out the stuff from the lower frequency of the mirror so that you can bring in the stuff from the higher frequency of the mirror. And that goes for every realm. So let's zoom all the way in. This is not even clear. Okay, let's zoom in. So, for example, looking at the next, look at the next one, which is Saturn. So, Saturn on, this is so blurry. I'm going to fix this before I put it out there. Um, so, for the Saturn realm, you would be going through the Saturn layer. Now, I did the Olympic spirits in a line so that they look like a mirror, but understand when you're dealing with the Saturn realm, you're going to go through the Saturn layer. So even though I have them out in a straight line so that you could really see that it was a mirror, in reality they're stacked up like one layer, two layer, three layer, four layer, five layer. So when you go through the north node is a part of the moon, you'll go through the moon. The Earth position, which is the next one, is also a part of the moon. So it's a reflection. The moon is a reflection of the earth. So that also goes to the moon realm. And the north node also goes to the moon realm. And the other ones go through theirs. But those three, um, south node, earth, moon, and north node, they all go through full. So, or the moon Olympic spirit. And I do have a video already about the Olympic spirits that I'll put on the community board in case people haven't seen this. But basically, this is pretty much how the energy works. Um, I know that it definitely seems a little. chaotic, but if people are able to get the general, um, oh, that's why I didn't do both sides, because then it would be, it might be too much to look at. But if people will just keep this in mind when they're trying to do their manifestations and bring stuff about, then this will make sense. So let's start with the top. Let's start with the bottom and go to the top. So let me open this up. I'm sorry, on my computer, so I can see it a little bit clearer. All right, so at the very bottom in the realm of the demons, you have the North Node. And if you've seen my Tree of Life videos where I talk about the energy and how it works, this aligns with that directly. Okay, so oh, one thing I did want to point out about this is, even though I think I had said before that when you fold the tree on itself, the empty space that is empty on one layer, but it's not empty on the other layer. I thought about that, and as I was drawing this out, I realized that that was actually not true. Um, there is a space there. And I believe the reason why there's a space, where you have the second layer, and basically the top layer, and there's just a space where there's two lines. I believe that is our heart. And I don't think that our heart comes from this realm. And so it wouldn't be represented on the tree of life. Our instincts, our intuition is bound in this realm, but I don't believe our heart comes from this realm. And so that's why the heart's not there, because it doesn't come from this realm. And therefore, it can't be. That's why, the song Listen to Your Heart, like, that's because if you listen to your heart, it will tell you the truth, because it is coming directly from another realm. It's in our body, but it's not really a part of our body. It's got its whole separate system, which could mirror this system now that I'm thinking about it, but it's definitely got a separate system. It doesn't have this system that we have in this way. So that's the reason why I do believe um, there's no heart here. Even on the upside part, our heart doesn't come from this realm. And we'll have to explore that now that I've said that out loud. So let's start with the bottom. Um, so the North Node is also ruled by Uranus. Okay, I actually thought that, and then I got a confirmation of that. So when you think of, just remember, when you think of North Node energy, you're also thinking of Uranus energy. And Uranus, remember, is a mirror. Uranus is a mirror of itself, it's a mirror of the time. And so the Uranus is going to make the changes that need to be made, with or without your consent, I guess. It's going to make the changes that must be made in order for your soul to reach its purpose. And whether you like it or not, it's like the south node, Pluto, will help you make the changes um that you want to make, that need to be made, but it'll be done in conjunction with time. Like, it's not working against time. But when you're talking about the north node or Uranus energy, it's going to work outside of time if it has to. It's going to get the job done no matter what. It's going to get the job done. So in the realm of demons, at the lowest level, you have um, Thaumiel and Thaumiel. That's the Sephiroth, which is the name of their little. Let's just call them kingdoms for lack of a better way to describe. And that's ruled by Moloch. On the next level, you have the moon, which is called uh, Thagrion, and that's ruled by Belphegor. I'm sorry if I'm messing these names up. The next one we have is Mercury. Of course, that's in purple. That's called Satariel, and that's ruled by Lucifer. Then you have Venus, which is Gagiel, and that's ruled by Belial. Then you have Jupiter, which is ruled by Golachab, and that's ruled by Asmodeus. Then you have the Sun, which is Ga Agab, something like that. Look, and that's ruled by. I can't even read these. Hold on, let me look at my other. No, the other one's not right. Hold on, I can't read them, so y'all gonna have to excuse me so I can get to where I can actually read these. Ooh, what did I do? Oh, here we go. The sun is Ga Ash Shebla, and that's ruled by Astaroth. Then you have Jupiter, which is called Golachab. That's the realm. That's the name of the realm, and that's ruled by Asmodeus. Then you have Mars, which is the realm called Gamaliel, and that's ruled by Lilith. Then you have the Earth realm in the lower realm, and that's A Arab Zarab, and that's ruled by Baal. Then you have Saturn, which is called Samael, and that's ruled by Adramelech. And I just want to point out, it's really interesting that you have um, Mars ruled by Lilith, which is the aggressive feminine energy. And then you have the South Node on the lower realm, which is related to Pluto. South Node and Pluto are together, and that's Malkuth on the lower realm, and that's Nemoth. Then in the middle, you have the mirror world, Olympic spirits. So Venus is Hagith, Mercury is Ophiel, the Sun is Ak, the Moon is full moon. Saturn is Eritron, Mars is Phaleg, and Jupiter is Bethor. So then, as we look at the upper realms, you have the South Node and Pluto, which is Malkuth, and that's Raziel, ruled by Raziel. Then you have Saturn, which is Hod, and that's ruled by Zadkiel. Then you have Earth, which is Netzach, and that's Sandalphon. Then you have Mars, which is Yesod, and that's ruled by Kamael. Then you have Jupiter, which is called Gevora realm, which is ruled by Zadkiel. And then you have the Sun, which is the Chesed realm, ruled by Raphael. Then you have Mercury, which is the Bina realm, ruled by Michael. Then you have Venus, which is the Chokma realm, ruled by Haniel. Then you have the Moon, which is Tiferet, ruled by Gabriel. Then you have the North Node and Uranus, which is Keter, ruled by Metatron. So altogether, like I said, this tree, it flows from, you go from the lower, you go from the upper. Okay, so there's lines here. So you go from the upper to the lower, and then you go from the mirror world to the lower realm, then from the lower realm to the upper realm, and then back down to mirror world. So again, it's kind of like a figure eight, or almost even like a hourglass, looks very much like an hourglass. And so also, if you've seen pictures of sound waves, these look like sound waves to me. Maybe not in this picture because I gotta make some of them a little bit darker, but this very much reminds me of sound waves, which is really cool and really interesting. Um, so without too much fanfare, this is kind of like an updated tree of life. And also, I want to point out, like, some of the things are not in the same order as the Kabbalah tree of life, and that's for a reason. And the reason is that the Kabbalists got it backwards. They got it mixed up. I even had to adjust my tree of life a little bit on the bottom. Um, Not really, actually. I think I got it right. I think they just got it wrong, to be honest. I don't think they understood that. They thought that the do. Okay. The Kabbalists believe that this realm is a realm of duality. They draw Malkuth as two concentric circles, like a Venn diagram. Oh my goodness. Somebody put somebody in a Venn diagram. Okay, so they draw the Malkuth realm as a Venn diagram. I have the Melkuth realm separated by the mirror. And the reason why I did that is I do believe we're in a time of separation. So either you're on the basically you're in the realm of the demons and you're going to be descending, or you're in the realm of the angels and you're going to be ascending. And it is the Olympic spirits that are dividing everybody up. So some of the questions that people have been asking is like, how are these divisions going to be made? Who's going to be making these decisions? Who is going to be deciding who's going up and who's going down? And I feel like with the power that the Olympic spirits have to both ascend and descend, into both realms, it would only make sense that those are the ones that are actually making the separation obvious. Because I feel like, and I spoke with somebody who's not even in this country, and it seems like, this is the truth. Like, there are people who are just on a different vibration. They're not in the same realm, even though they could be right next to you, but they're clearly not in the same realm as you're in. And that separation has been made. So it's not like people who are in the lower realm won't be able to ascend, but they're going to have to ascend from a lower level. Meaning, I feel like the people who quote unquote graduated, who passed the test of humanity and maintained their humanity along the way, are going to now have the ability. Because remember, if you look at a regular tree of life, they don't tell you this path, like this is the path that you're supposed to walk. They let people walk any old kind of path, do any old kind of thing. It's real. I don't even know how to describe what they allow people to do, because it's pretty it's pretty weird to me, to allow people to just essentially suffer the way that they do. But this is basically what you see. You see people suffering. And so some people are just not going to be allowed to make this transition with ease. They're going to be making this transition um, with through the suffering, because they love the suffering more than they love peace. And so peace can't be added to them because they love the suffering more. I mean, I'm not really sure how else to put that. I'd love to be able to put this in a different way, but I I literally don't see it. Like, um I just don't see it. And so I can't lie to y'all and be like, "Oh yeah, you know, this is going great. This is fantastic." It's like, no, this is awful. These people are really about to be suffering, and um I feel really bad about that, actually. Um to be to be quite honest, I feel really bad about that. Oh, I got one of these things wrong too. I just noticed. Anyway, I'm gonna clean this graphic up before I put it on the community board so that you guys can take a look at it. It's a little um kind of, I see a few mistakes I made. I'm gonna clean it up. So anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and put this out there for people who are trying to travel up the tree to get their manifestations done. You have to go through the Olympic spirits. And again, I made a video about the Olympic spirits. I'll put it on my channel. I'll put it on my community board so you guys can review it. But it's a big hourglass, okay? And Uranus is at the top of the hourglass, and Uranus is at the bottom of the hourglass. And so they have been using Uranus to manifest 100%. They've probably been exclusively using Uranus to manifest. And that's why they thought they had this thing tied up, because Uranus is in um, Taurus, and Taurus is a feminine energy because it's ruled by Venus. And so Kamala's Venus placement is really, really good. Well, not really. She's got Venus in Virgo, so that's another female. So they thought they had all the right things, but they don't understand it's a mirror. And so if you are a wicked person on the inside, that's what's going to be mirrored back to you. If you on the inside don't see yourself as a winner, because you have unresolved trauma and you haven't done your shadow work, then you can never be seen as a winner in the mirror world. You're only going to be seen as what you are on the inside. The mirror that's reflecting is you on the inside. And that's the part that people don't seem to understand. They think that it's reflecting their ancestors, it's reflecting their past, it's reflecting whatever, but that's not how it works. It's really reflecting who you are on the inside. And so if who you are on the inside is wicked, then that's what's going to be reflected back to you, not the other way around. And unfortunately, there's people who don't understand how this works. So this is just like a little quick intro. I wanted to, just introduce the concepts, and of course, we'll be going into more detail with this. So peace and blessings to each and every one of you all, and we'll see you in the next video.